The ICEVI, the Nippon Foundation Mathematics Package for Teachers video series, Abacus as a Mathematical Tool. Title of the video, Decimal Division, example 27.92 divided by 0.42. In this problem, we have to convert both the dividend and divisor into whole numbers. As the dividend as well as the divisor have two decimal places each, both can be converted into whole numbers by multiplying them with 100, in which case the numbers become 2792 and 42. We had already mentioned that the adjustment in the decimal division is made in the numbers prior to the commencement of the division process and not after the division is over. We have already made the adjustment in this problem by converting both the numbers into whole numbers, and therefore we have to simply take the two whole numbers and carry out the division. Let us set the dividend in the extreme right of the abacus. That is, 2 is set in the thousands column, 7 in the hundreds column, 9 in the tens column, and 2 in the units column. Let us set the divisor 42 in the extreme left of the abacus. As the highest digit of the divisor 4 is larger than the highest digit of the dividend 2, the quotient should be set to the immediate left of the number 2. Now let us work on the assumed quotient. Take 27 of the dividend and 4 of the divisor. There are 6 4s in 27, and by applying the rule we reduce 1 from 6 and set 5 as the assumed quotient. Let us multiply 5 with 4, that is 20, and for this 2 should be subtracted from the thousands column and 0 from the hundreds column. Let us go to the next digit of the divisor 2, which should be multiplied with the assumed quotient 5, that gives 10. Therefore, 1 should be subtracted from the hundreds column and 0 from the tens column. Now look at the number which is remaining at the first stage division. The first two digits are 69, and this is greater than the divisor 42, and therefore our assumed quotient is less than the real quotient. Simply add 1 to the assumed quotient and subtract 42 from 69, that is 4 in the hundreds column and 2 in the tens column. Now we are left with 272 in the dividend. Now take the first two digits of the dividend and ask how many 4s in 27 by saying 6, reduce 1 by applying the rule and set 5 to the right of the already set quotient 6. Now multiply 5 with 42, that is 4 and 5. When you multiply, you get 20. That means 2 should be subtracted from the hundreds column and 0 from the tens column. In the next stage, we have to multiply 5 with 2, that is 10, which should be subtracted from the remaining 72, that is 1 from 7 and 0 from 2. Let us check the remainder, which is 62. That is larger than the divisor 42. This indicates that our assumed quotient in the second stage 2 is smaller than the actual quotient, and therefore simply add 1 to the existing assumed quotient, which makes it a 6. Consequently, 4 should be subtracted from 6 and 2 2 should be subtracted in the units column. The full quotient now is 66, and after that you will find an empty column that is separating the quotient and the remainder. In the remainder section, there is 2 in the tens column and 0 in the units column. That means the remainder is 20. The answer is 66 as the quotient and 20 as the remainder. If you convert 20 as a decimal number, that is 20 by 42, this is approximately 0.48. So therefore, the answer is 66.48. If required, 20 by 42 can also be considered as a division problem to get the result 0.48. In this problem, we came across a situation where the assumed quotient in both the stages of the division required adjustments.